Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that surely do well. Salutation, teacher, and every one of the brethren, the Akim that push this gospel out in sincerity and in truth. Alright, and to the sincere Akotan that listen in silence. To you also, we say Shalom. Alright, this is Brother Lamar once again from Trinidad, coming to do another video. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Shai, who will edifying towards you for the elect of the house of Israel. Alright, I'll entitle this video, No Wonder Why They Call Us Mad. Alright, no wonder why they call us mad. Alright, because as I say sometimes, we speak the English language, right? We speak the English language, but English being the Hebrew being the father language of all languages. I normally say at times it have certain words that we use here in English that is basically Hebrew. Alright. Sometimes I brought out a point, when two men want to fight, whatever the case is, especially here in China, we say, hey, one boy, this man looking for rabs with me, like a quarrel, the person looking for quarrel or a fight, whatever. We use the word, but he looking for real rabs, so, and that is actually the word for one of the Hebrew words for fight or quarrel, rab, and I was just going through some here in the book of Daniel, alright, and sometimes we say that but some people might call a man mad, but he talking real sense, and David Rudder, a Calypsonian here in Trinidad, he have the song Mad Man Rant, and I normally say, yeah, sometimes the mad person basically you might have to listen to, because it's that mad person might make sense, and they normally deem the prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai as madmen. This is Daniel. The point is in verse 4, but I'll start at verse 1. It says, in the 3rd year of the reign of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, came Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, unto Jerusalem and besieged it. And the Lord gave Jehoiakim, king of Judah, into his hand with part of the vessels of the house of the Most High Yahweh, which he carried into the land of Shinar to the house of his God. And he brought the vessels into the treasure house of his power, right, or his God, right, because the word God means power. And the king spake unto Ashpenaz, the master of his eunuchs, that he should bring certain of the children of Israel and of the king's seed and of the princes, children in whom was no blemish, but well favored and skillful in all wisdom and cunning in knowledge and understanding science. Now, that is the word that intrigued me to look up science. Now, in the Greek, when the scripture talk about science or science so falsely called, it goes back to the Greek word gnostic. Gnostic means knowledge, right? So I say, you know what, I never look it up in the Hebrew. So I did, right, in the Strong's Hebrew or Strong's H4093, right? And the word there is what you actually see in the Hebrew characters there is Mayam, Dad, and I, right, which is actually Madai, right, Madai, right. I don't know why they had this double D there, all right, but it's Madai. Okay, so transliteration, Madai pronunciation, they have Madar or Madar. Definition from H3045, intelligence or consciousness, knowledge, science, thought. Alright, now the thing that intrigued me is that if you actually break the song, the proper pronunciation, Mad I, right, which in Hebrew they even speak back to front, we might say something, but I'm mad, man, I'm mad, you understand? But in Hebrew they'll say Madai. Alright, anybody who understands the Hebrew language. Now, the thing is about this is people often call us madmen. right? From the apostles all the way down. And the thing about it is these madmen are the men that actually has the knowledge of Yahweh Shem Shai. These men are actually the intelligent men that actually roaming on the face of the earth. But our knowledge, right, is way too high for the average man, right? It is way too high for the average man. And that is why a lot of people deem us mad. The scripture call, Yahweh Shai mad, all right? My brother, it had many times, man, he will fall out. I will be telling him certain things about the scriptures, and he'll like, but you believe that? But you mad, right? So we often been branded with the term of being mad, but when you go into the Hebrew, all right, it's basically a compliment, right? Because and I also look up the word mad in certain languages, certain verses, and the word there is shagai. And what caught me about that too, shagai, or they have like in our word shaggy. Sometimes when we say, hey, but don't go by that man, but that man looking kind of shaggy, but he dressing kind of shaggy, whatever the case is. That is actually when we say, but he, something right with that dude. You understand? So you see the power of the Hebrew, and I will get that in the prologue of Sirach. You understand? But if I was to break down this word, Madai, all right, Madai. Now, Ma goes back to the Hebrew word Mayam, right? Now, the thing about it is, in the Hebrew and in ancient hieroglyphs, the thing is with pictures, because language was always there, right? Languages was always there, but they place pictures to represent a song. And the thing about it is, what goes on in the Hebrew language, all right, mostly they use signs and symbols, or some they'll use animals, because these animals actually have a spirit and a characteristic behind it. So when they form certain words, that word actually have a certain force, that word actually have a certain power. So Madai, if I was to break down this word to the best of my knowledge, in the ancient Hebrew language, right, Ma goes back to the Hebrew word Mayam. Mayam is water, all right? Now water is something flows. Knowledge is also something that constantly flows, all right? Da, right, goes back to the Hebrew word do, daleth, right? I made a mistake earlier, right? So it's dalet or dalat, right, which is do, right? And I is actually your eyes. You understand? So what is basically some of the things that humans use, because when it goes back to the some of the words that represent knowledge or understanding in the Hebrew, right? To understand, we have the word Shammai, we have the word Ayan, we also have the word Shamar. You understand? Now these words actually also represent understanding or knowledge, right? The main word, one of the main words for knowledge in Hebrew is dayath. You understand? So in order to actually break down knowledge or data, we use our eyes, we use our ears, you understand, to process information. Information is basically a next word, or data is a next word for knowledge. It's something like with a computer, when they put in data into the software or whatever, or however it goes. Again, long time I do IT, all right? Hey. So Madai is water, right? Knowledge could represent water. Dalat, the door. Your eye is that, basically that gateway, that door that feeds what your mind, because your brain is something that has to process the information that is going on around about you, right? We also use touch. You understand? Where basically the five senses, all right, just to break it down. So this is what intrigued me about the word science, because we also like to talk about science. Science of the world is shit. Science of the world is basically nothing. The word science means knowledge. God is the God of knowledge, which means what? He is the God of all science. He is the scientist. He is the knowledgeable one. All right, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Yahweh is the Father's name. He's the creator of all. Yahushai is his son. Alright? So Madai, right? Intelligence or consciousness. Because hey, we in this black conscious people, we beginning with the apostles of Great Millstone all the way down. Alright? And those who believe in the doctrine of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that the apostles teach. Alright? We are the ones that are actually conscious. We are the ones that are actually aware of the things that are going on around us. Alright, in the sense of prophecies, why our people in the state that they're in, why it is people die. We are the ones that are actually conscious. Alright, knowledge, science, thought. Alright, we are actually the scientists out here. We are the knowledgeable one. A scientist ain't somebody who just goes up and digs up stuff or in a lab or put chemicals together like boron and let me say helium and hydrogen, chlorine, sodium chloride, which is, that isn't only a scientist. A scientist is basically somebody who has knowledge in a certain field. So we are the scientists behind the Holy Scriptures. Alright? We are the scientists behind the Holy Scriptures. Alright? So when people actually call men like us mad, they actually put in that spiritual force on us. Alright? So let me go into the Salakia for the noise, right? On work forklift passing. Alright, so we're going into the prologue of Sirach. Alright? So let me read that part. Right, so you'll see here, I'll bring it up a little closer to the line. It says, Ecclesiasticus 1, the prologue, for the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them. And not only these things, but the law itself and the prophets and the rest of the books have no small difference when they are spoken in their own language. Alright? So the things uttered in the Hebrew translated into another language, you have the same force. So when we use the Hebrew, that is force. So mad, right, or madai, right, is basically, that is basically Hebrew right there, right? I can remember a time I did basically a breakdown with Genesis 11. Alright, I can remember the elder from UK, elder require come or did share it, all kind of thing, right? When the Lord split up the language. And it's not that everybody actually was saying different words. Alright, like today, it's just the most I took away the understanding or the comprehension of certain words, because we might have be using the same word, like I can remember using the example ram. Right? Ram in the Hebrew means to exalt or to lift higher. When we use that in English, you understand, it means to shove or to push, which actually have almost like the similar meaning, because if you was to ram something up, you're lifting it up. You understand? You're pushing it up. You understand? But we more use it direct. Everybody ram the thing inside the thing now, ram the car inside of the pulpit or or whatever. Just loose terms are using. You understand? So So it says, for the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force. So Hebrew have that force. So basically, as I say, when somebody calls us mad, right, that is basically like a compliment in a sense, all right? Madai or I mad, you understand? Because I normally say, hey, people like to call me mad, as I am a madman, you understand? And as I say in Hebrew, they speak back to front, But this is basically what intrigued me, right? Children in whom was no blemish, but well favored and skillful in all wisdom, cunning in knowledge, and understanding science. Alright, so let me take a few more words. Alright, Yadai. Yadai is basically the Hebrew word to know, right? Kasab is to think. Okay, so Yadai, just like right, to know knowledge. Alright, let me see here. In knowledge, diet. I used this word before, diet. Diet right? Knowledge. You see here, da, dalet, do, I, right? And tha basically means the end, right? Because most people pick up information from the eyesight, you know. So let me see what they have here for understanding. Bayan. Bayan is basically between, alright, to perceive. The certain I always like to bring this out, right? Intelligence. Alright, so they use these different words translated in different ways, but it actually have a certain particular force or meaning behind it. Alright. So Madai, Salak, in science, Sadai science. And guess what? No wonder why they like to call them mad scientists. You understand? But he's a mad scientist, boy. You understand? So yeah, you know, Madai, intelligence, conscious, knowledge, thought. So I will leave it off there, right? But with that, hope it was edifying to the hopefully, like giving all praises and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai, double honors to the apostles and elders of great news to surely be well. Salutation, teacher, and everyone at the Achium, the virgin that pushes gospel out in sincerity and truth, to the sincere Aquatan that listen in silence, to humble and keep yourself meek. You as a shalom, alright, bracketum to the Bakaria, right, of Yahweh Shem Shai. Until that kingdom comes, shalom to the hopeful elect, Mawala Babal.